Welcome, everybody, to The Wait is Over. We just finished the weigh-ins for Jonas versus Price. A huge night tomorrow night as boxing returns to the Royal Albert Hall. But we're going to recap a pretty lively weigh-in. I'm joined by Savage Dan and obviously the promoter of the event, Mr. Ben Shalom. Let's kind of kick right off into a little bit of drama. You don't always see drama necessarily on stage at the weigh-ins, but Joe Gallagher was a little skeptical of the scales, Dan?
Yeah, he stopped you midway through your intro as soon as we were live on Sky.
Hey.
And said, nope, no one's weighing in.
That was
well, you understand, I was put in a weird position.
I didn't think you were going to continue until John.
I didn't know I was going to continue because on the one hand, I'm like, do I give him is he saying something that's legitimate? Is there an issue with the scales? Is there not?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not. John and all of our people stateside are saying no. The scales been calibrated. You're damn right I froze. I got Sky Sports News right here. I got Joe Gallagher in my ear. I got you looking at me like, come on, dude, let's get this thing going. It's all right. Hey, look, ring announcer drama.
Look, it was a very Joe Gallagher thing to do, and he timed it to perfection.
Yep.
And look, it was. You know what? Just to make things nice and clear, Lauren decided to come in 2 pounds inside. Yeah. So even if she was a little heavy, then she was inside the limit. A nice bit of drama. Wasn't nice at the time, I guess, but everyone made weight. We have to fight.
Ben, I'm curious, when something like that happens, because you have so many moving pieces as a promoter, you have a commission to deal with, you have governing bodies with the titles on the line, you have a broadcaster, you have you yourself running your business. How much does that? Is it just another thing to deal with?
I was more concerned that my MC had stopped doing his job. No concern whatsoever. I think the scales are legit, and as you said, Lauren came in lighter than Natasha, so I don't see the problem. I think Joe's trying to get in Lauren's head. This is as much a battle between the trainers as it is between the fighters. It's Ron McCracken against Joe Gallagher, two of the best trainers this country has ever seen. It's fascinating tomorrow night, and Joe's just here to cause a storm. And fair play to him. He's felt his back's against the wall. He's felt like Lauren is the golden girl. He's felt like the respect isn't there for Natasha Jonas. And I think he's just trying to even it up psychologically and put Lauren on the back foot. And so far, so good. It's making for a very interesting week.
How difficult internally for you as a promoter is it when you have two women that are both a part of your stable, that you've been a part of building both?
I think, in all honesty, it is difficult because they both got big egos and they both can get jealous of each other.
Right.
They both believe they're the number one fighter. They could both believe they're the number one in Britain, number one on Sky, number one in the division. And Natasha has achieved a lot more than Lauren in the professional career, and so she doesn't feel that Lauren's done enough to deserve it. Lauren equally thinks that Natasha gets all the special treatment and has been given all the opportunities. So it's difficult. I'm just staying out of it, to be honest. We've done fights before we have both sides, but this one in particular, there's just so much on the line. It's best to let them go at it and just step back and may the best woman win. They both deserve to win on Friday, but only one winner can happen, and then they're the number one in the best division in women's boxing. And really are in the power position with huge fights. It's almost like the catchweight of women's boxing where all the big names can meet, and I'm excited to see what's next for the winner, and it will be a bit of a road back for the loser as well, and looking forward to it.
Dan, I'll come to you. You've been in this industry for a long time. I don't think a lot of people know really how deeply entrenched you've been in boxing pretty much your whole life. So you've seen this matchup before, almost the young upstart, lot of energy, lot of backing, lot of momentum, but then you also have the established veteran, the established champion. In your opinion, does anyone have an edge necessarily in this fight?
Do you know what? On paper, you probably edge towards the fresher Lauren Price. But I think Joe Gallagher's been very clever in what he said and very smart and very sensible. A lot of these bouts are all about timing. Is it too soon? And, has that person still got the motivation that they used to have?
Yep.
I look at Natasha and I see the same Natasha that was there 10 years ago. And every time her back's against the wall, every time it looks like, she should lose here, she pulls out a career best performance. She does it every time. Terry Harper, Katie Taylor. There's an argument to say that Natasha shouldn't have any losses other than the one where she got stopped on our record, So she has a habit of performing when you think she might be done. and there is a bit of hype around Lauren. She hasn't dropped a minute of a round, and therefore everybody can't fathom that she will.
Yep.
But this is the fight where she most probably will. Southpaw against Southpaw. It is a trickier fight. You can't just walk onto Natasha Jonas, otherwise everybody would do it.
Yep.
She's naturally bigger. She's been at a higher weight. So there are a lot of different things here that play a part. Experience that Natasha has. She's seen it. Pressure's off. She looks like she hasn't got a fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's really cool, collected, and that could translate in a fight to a very calm and just a very steady performance. So I'm expecting a very competitive fight. I don't think Lauren steamrolls her, even though Lauren said to me she thinks she doesn't drop around.
Right.
Even against Natasha Jonas, and that just shows how confident she is. But every time someone has underestimated Natasha Jonas, she comes up with something.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I think she does drop rounds.
Amazing. Well, Ben, I do want to talk a little bit about this year already. It's been this year has gone incredibly quick already. We went from Callum Simpson headlining to Adam Azim headlining, now to Lauren Price and Natasha Jonas. In Riyadh season, we saw Martin Bakoli, we saw Joshua Pawazzi. It's been a very busy year. After this show, obviously I don't want to take anything away from the show, but we're about to hear about it for the next 24 hours straight. Looking forward, Whitaker Cameron next, and then Eubank Ben right after.
Absolutely.
This has to be the busiest year of your career by far.
I think so. Well, definitely the most on the line. I think all of the key fighters are getting to the business end of their careers in major fights, and with Whitaker and Eubank, they're the probably two biggest British fights we might see this year, especially in this country. And so two huge fights to come. Big fights for Ben and Chris. Vidal Riley also against Chef Clark, which is a huge fight for Vidal, and obviously we've been part of his career for a long time now. Chris Billam Smith returns, and in another big fight, we've got Riatpur and TKV going over to that old promotion over the road, and hopefully they can come back with a win. All of them, Lauren, Caris, everyone's stepping up now. Fraser Clark will return. Callum Simpson's got his stadium fight coming back. Adam Azim's going to have a huge fight to be announced in the next couple of weeks. So it's on, and Caroline de Boer as well. So it's nice because, for the past couple of years we've been building these fighters. For the past couple of years we've been watching their development, and sometimes it's frustrating as a boxing fan because you want them to have those major fights straight away. Now they can have them. And this is going to be a crazy year. It's almost like we're on red or black right now. It's they're either all going to win, or it could go the other way, and then we'll retire, and it would have been a great journey.
Well, I will say a promotion really is built around the fighters, obviously. A promotion is only as strong as the fighters are. So now that your fighters have matured in their careers, because you signed them very young when they were just prospects, now they are where they are. It's also gotten now Boxer involved with other promotions, whether it be working with Golden Boy, working with Matchroom, working with Queensberry, etc. You've now had some interactions yourself as a promoter. Are you enjoying I know you've never been one for the back and forth, but is it a little bit fun?
We always wanted we always wanted to work with other promoters. It's the other guys that didn't want to work with us. They're the rigid ones. They're the ones that had no innovation and didn't want to work with other promoters. Now they were forced to because of Turkey and things like that, and it just opened it up. They don't necessarily, this isn't natural for them. I think for us, we're taking advantage of it now, which is fantastic. We're working with Matchroom, working with Queensberry. All that matters is that we can make the fights. That's all we care about at the end of the day, and they are getting made. I think we've got 4 boxer Queensberry fights coming up, starting this week. Caris against Raven on Friday night, then Riatpur and TKV against Adelaide and Lawrence, and then the big one, Ben Whitaker against Liam Cameron. So it's all going off, and it's great for boxing. And long may it continue. Yeah, you had a little bit of interactions with Eddie Hearn over the last couple weeks. Have you been having some fun with that? I mean, Eddie's like the guy in the playground that is overconfident and very loud and very annoying and just complete balloon at times. But you can't take him too seriously, and he is a good laugh, and yeah, I don't take it too seriously. It was a great promotion last week.
So on the playground, who's been on the playground?
I'm just the quiet, geeky kid that is getting A stars in all these all those exams. So,
Hey, nice,
yeah.
nice. Who's
There you
Frank
go.
on the playground?
Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, Frank's the headmaster, and he's calling everyone in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
I
thank
think
you.
it's been a great build-up. Tomorrow night, live from the Royal Albert Hall, boxing returns to one of the most iconic venues. Thank you, Savage Dan. Thank you, Ben Shalom. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night on Sky Sports at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Friday.
Friday night, 7 p.m., March 7th. Jonas Price. See you on Sky Sports. This is Boxer.
Good
The wait is
Shabbos.
over. Adios.